Hello, and welcome back to the We Don't Wanna podcast. This is the show where two certified dipshits make uncertified takes about your favorite shows. We are your hosts. I am Zach, and joining me as always, he's got less honor than a back alley whore. It is Scotty Westside.
That is true. I honestly give back alley whores a bad name, if we're being honest.
This is the podcast where we are extremely honest.
That's true. Yes, we are nothing if not honest on here on We Don't Wanna. I don't know if it's to a fault per se, but definitely gotta love those back alley whores, you know? I certainly do.
I'm sure you do, buddy.
Yeah.
Does your mom listen to this show?
I feel like definitely not. I feel like we haven't recorded in a hot minute, pal.
We haven't, man. We've had the Thursdays curse, and I've been feeling a little sicky poo.
The infamous curse of the Thursdays. Yeah, are you feeling all right, pal? The energy's a little down.
Is it down?
A little bit.
Is it down in my plums?
Feel it down in my plums.
Feel it down in my plums. I feel like on every one of our series, we talk about that.
We have referenced that at least a dozen
it's
times.
The best.
I mean, it is the best.
It's the best.
Yeah. Are you feeling okay though?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
Good.
Got a little scritchy scratch in my throat.
Aww.
But you know,
you'll pull through.
I'm
sure you'll survive.
I'm sure I'll survive too. How about you, buddy?
I am doing well. Hockey playoffs are going on right now. My Avs are doing great. How are your Avs doing? They're doing great. I'm very excited about that.
Good. How the Stars doing?
No idea. I think they're like 2-1 in their series, but I couldn't tell you who is ahead or behind. They're playing Calgary. I know that.
Well, you're required to follow them now because you live in Texas.
No, that's not how that works, actually.
No, it does. Yep, that's how it works.
It's definitely not how that works.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm fine. I'm chilling. I was trying to recall this episode that we're going to discuss tonight because I watched it like a week ago. And then, we had various extenuating circumstances that didn't allow us to record for a hot minute. So
yeah, dude, the Thursday creepies.
The Thursday creepy. The fuck is that?
That's the thing. Apparently.
That's the thing. Apparently. So I hope I'm gonna remember enough to talk about what we're talking about.
I feel like you can just talk about these episodes.
True.
Without having seen them in forever. So I think you're okay.
Somewhat. Yeah.
Scott and I usually record on Thursdays and or Sundays, and the past several weeks, every time we try and record on a Thursday, just doesn't
happen. Thursday's a curse. The Thursday creepies.
Thursday just fucks us with its long dick. And so
I hate that back. Thursday dick.
Yeah,
hate it.
I like me some Thursday dick.
Oh, yeah, it's a real pencil dick. I don't know.
You stick it with a pointy end.
Thursday only has a pointy end.
Yes. It's been too long, buddy. I miss your fucking face. But I had an eventful weekend, man.
Yeah, you did. You went and got hardcore, I heard.
So hardcore, bro.
So hardcore.
Yeah, no, I went to not sure if anybody listening listens to the band Turnstile, but they played here in Austin, and it was fucking awesome. It was a great show. Had some friends in from out of town. Played some games. We played Smash. Played some Mario Party.
Hell yeah.
We fucking ate a lot of food.
Hell yeah.
And I played a new board game this weekend too.
What was that new board game you played?
It's called it's one of those ones that you're like, if somebody told me the concept of this game, I would never play it.
Okay. I'm excited already.
Like Catan, like who is like, yeah, I want to play a game about farming. It's one of those. It's a game about textiles.
Oh, love it already.
Yeah.
Big textiles fan.
It's called Azul.
I've heard of Azul. I've never played it, but I've heard of it.
And it's got a really pretty box art. It's like, it is about textiles.
Everyone knows the box art is the most important part.
Oh yeah. But that's why I like Scythe. Attractive.
Yes.
It's always attractive, you know.
Sure.
Finally got around to playing it. We went to this cool board game cafe here in Austin, and it was fun, man. It's like it's a drafting game. Like you have to take turns drafting your tiles and like trying to complete patterns and stuff.
Is that same place I've been with you before? That board game cafe place?
Yeah.
That is a cool spot.
If I recall correctly,
oh,
you came when it was still really small.
Oh, did they like expand it out or?
Yeah. Oh no. I'm lying. I'm totally lying.
You are a big fat liar.
So. I am a big fat liar. Yeah. The show of honesty, I think we've already established.
You definitely did claim that at the start of the show. And already we're breaking it.
No, yeah, I've definitely been a big fat liar.
Didn't last long.
Expanded. It was cool though. Had some drinks.
It's a cool spot.
Food.
Yeah. It's a cool spot.
Sure. You do anything fun other than watch the hockey playoffs?
I can't. Not that I can think of. No. I'm going to the Brazilian steakhouse again next week. I'm very much looking forward to that.
What is Brazilian?
Did I say Brazilian?
I'm pretty sure you did.
The Brazilians are they're this. I was gonna come up with some bullshit story, but I'm too tired to even think of
podcast about honesty right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's cool. I know how you love that Brazilian meat.
Oh, so much.
Extra rare. You know.
Extra something.
Extra. A little something extra.
A little something extra. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this episode. I think this is a pretty good episode, Zach.
I think it's a pretty all right episode. I think it's like a solid 6.
6 out of 10. Okay, I can see that because there's a lot that I don't care about, but the stuff I do care about, I really love. So,
right, of course,
I'd say that's pretty fair. But yeah, this is episode 16, The Old Gods and the New. Why don't you, or actually, why don't I start us off?
Yeah.
With our quick and dirty somewhat.
Tell us, what the fuck happens in this episode,
It might be
Scotty?
Extra dirty this week, Zach.
It might be a little extra dirty.
Yeah. So, surprise! We begin in the middle. Did that work? Did that come through? Did the surprise attack come through? We begin in the middle of an attack on Winterfell by Theon and his men. Theon convinces Bran to yield the castle to him in order to protect the people. Sir Roderick is captured and promptly spits directly in old Prince Theon's face. Theon is going to lock him up, but his men talk him into executing him. Lewin, our guy, urges him to reconsider, but he refuses. And he really botches the beheading. Just a total botch job. Big fat botch job.
I mean, I feel like Theon, it like, as a whole, is a total botch job.
That's just the story of his life.
Yeah.
Theon Greyjoy, the botch job story. Way north of the wall, Corrin, our Night's Watch Rangers here. Corrin tries to tell Jon about the Wild and the Wildlings, and Jon claims to understand, but he pretty much doesn't. The Night's Watch brothers find the Wildling lookouts and kill all of them, save one, when Jon realizes that she's a girl, and we find out she's named Ygritte.
New character alert.
Corrin says she has to die and leaves Jon with her to do the deed alone.
Yeah, he does.
But do some deed. Jon, of course, can't do it, though, because Ygritte is super hot. So he ties her up and takes her with him as he looks for his brothers. Don't give me that face. I hate you.
I'm just not on the train, you know?
Yeah, you're not on the Rose Leslie train, and you're just wrong.
No, see, I think Rose Leslie's pretty. I don't like Ygritte. I understand it as the same woman, but there's something about Ygritte that I don't fuck with.
I don't get it. At Harrenhal, Tywin is very busy verbally bitch slapping his incompetent commanders. And it's clear that he's growing very fond of his cupbearer, Arya. Littlefinger arrives, but ignores / doesn't recognize Arya. Littlefinger tells Tywin they should ally with the Tyrells, as they are one of the largest and richest families in the realm. In King's Landing, the royal family is at the harbor, seeing Myrcella off to Dorne. And our girl Cersei just had some lovely words for Tyrion.
As usual.
Just kindness, nothing but kindness. On their way back to the Red Keep, a fight breaks out after someone hits good King Joff in the face with some actual shit. Joff wants all the peasants dead for this, and they just want some food. Sansa gets separated from the guards and is nearly raped by the mob, but she is saved by the Hound. Tyrion really lets Joff have it about how stupid he is and slaps the ever-living shit out of him. It's pretty great. I'm a fan. Big fan. Big fan.
Big bang bang. Big fan.
Big bang bang bang.
Big bang 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 bang. Moving to things that are not so great.
True.
Why'd you give me this section? You dick.
Sucker.
In the East, Daenerys is trying her best to out-tantrum good King Joff.
She's trying.
Yeah, she's trying. She sometimes succeeds. I'm not sure about this episode, but she sometimes succeeds.
It's close this episode. They're really going at it.
She meets with the Spice King to ask for ships, and he's a bit of a weirdo, but says she's a bad investment and won't give them to her. She pitches a fit about this and does her usual fire and blood rant.
I love that rant. It's my favorite.
Yeah, she has that shit on lock too. It's like
she does.
It's like a somebody pulls a pull string and just like it's the same fucking words.
Well, no, I think she's getting increasingly better at it. Like the more she practices this whole fire and blood rant, it's like
dude,
it's better every time.
Yeah, what do they teach you in sales? Like early, often, always. Like,
yes, exactly that.
Just say it a lot, and you'll get really good at it.
Fire and
blood. But we get more Arya and Tywin next, so yay! That's always the good shit.
It's the best. Shit.
That's what I'm really here for.
Mm-hmm.
They have a conversation about learning to read and their fathers that is just seriously so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fucking good.
It's
seriously
so
good. I'm reading these notes, by the way, verbatim. This is not me.
Verbatim is a bit of a stretch, but...
Arya snatches a letter about Robb's army movements off the table, but Sir Amory catches her with it and heads off to tell Tywin when she slips away from him. Arya quickly finds Jaqen Hagar and names Sir Amory as her second kill, and Jaqen just manages to kill him as he walks into Tywin's room.
Close call. At Robb's camp, he conveniently shows off how cool and popular he is with all the bros near Talisa. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, fist bump. What's up, my dude? Funny.
Everybody likes me.
I love it so
Let's go.
much.
Yeah, dude. They chat and flirt for a bit when Robb is super cock-blocked by his mom getting back. Who wants to get cock-blocked by your mom?
Nobody.
Dude?
Literally
people,
no
bro.
one. Yeah.
Jesus. And then she lectures him about his responsibilities. Verbatim. Shut up, Mom. Dude, this is terrible.
No, keep going.
Jokes.
You're doing fine.
You can't write jokes into the fucking
you're doing
recap.
Fine. Keep going. Keep going.
Get out of my room. You just don't understand me. I hate my life. Why do I do this?
So good.
We should just take turns writing the recap and trying to make it as corny as absolutely
I
possible.
think we're already halfway down that path there, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, if we've already got the tip in, let's just give it the old good, the good
God,
thrust.
Mom, you just don't get me. You don't understand.
Back north of the wall, Jon is lost and is also getting the flirty treatment from Ygritte.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little sexy rub-a-dub-dub too.
Oh boy.
I do like me some of that, even if it's with Ygritte. Back at Robb's camp, they get the news that the Ironborn have taken Winterfell. Robb wants to go back north to retake Winterfell, but Roose Bolton says that he cannot abandon the war here with the Lannisters. He offers to send his bastard son with him and some men. He offers to send his bastard son with some men to retake the castle. Back at Winterfell, Theon proves that he truly does think literally only with his dick. And Osha gives him and his idiot guard the ol' razzle-dazzle. The return of the Razzle Dazzle.
Hell yeah.
She escapes the castle with Bran, Rickon, Hodor, and the dire wolves. Fucking big win for our girl Osha there.
Yes.
Finally, back east, Duck Sauce continues to try and get Daenerys to marry him. He's like, but come on, it's really big, I swear.
Come on, I'm so cool. Have I told you about my vault?
Have I told you that I'm the richest man in Karth and I came from nothing?
True.
She finally has a pretty legitimate reason to throw a tantrum, however, as they return to find that someone has stolen her dragons. Where are my dragons?
Her first legitimate tantrum maybe ever.
Yeah. Sounds legit.
That is episode 16, The Old Gods and the New. I feel like after you said it and after we went through that, it's like half of this is really good stuff and half of it is maybe not so much.
It's like all right, you know. It's good.
Where do you want to start, Zachy boy?
I mean, let's just start from the top, man. Let's start with Theon. Let's get Theon out of the way because we'll get him and Daenerys out of the way. Actually, let's go from worst to best. That's definitely how you increase like listener retention. With Theon, check the stats.
Yeah, check the stats. There's been studies done on that.
Check
for sure.
it again.
So, yeah, the episode begins, and I always forget this, that it's just like, oh shit, here we are in the middle of the attack. Like Lewin is just like trying to send off this Raven message very quickly.
Yet another example that in shows like this, time does sometimes have to pass very quickly. And we're in season 2. So this is the thing that happens. I'm just building a case here for people bitching about things like in season 8 and season 7.
Season 7 more than 8, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes. So yeah, it was just last episode that they were like getting on the boat and talking about doing all this shit, right? Okay. Yes. So yeah. So things happen quickly. They take Winterfell. Our boy Sir Roderick is no more. R.I.P. to him. And yeah, Theon is he just can't get out of his own way. Yeah. Ever. Mm-hmm. Like Lewin is trying to give him good counsel.
He can't get out of the way of his own dick is what
well, there's that part too. But I know I mention it probably every time we bring him up, but I love Lewin's actor so much. Like he does such a good job. I do not know his name and I should. But
you know what?
He's just great.
We've gotta put some respect on his motherfucking name. Let me look this up. Yeah, I was watching this episode with Amanda, and Amanda notoriously, infamously loves Theon.
Big Theon fan.
First off,
Amanda. First off, what the hell, really? Amanda?
Come on.
You married her, bud.
I know. She's cool.
She's pretty great in every other way.
She really is actually.
She's
cool.
Way cooler than you.
Way cooler than me.
Anyone who listened to our episode of Harry Potter that she was on definitely knows that.
Dude, literally, you know what's so funny too, man? She's so like reserved and does not like to do that kind of stuff.
She crushed that episode.
So many people messaged us being like, she's fucking awesome. We love her. Get her back on the show.
We do need to. Has she picked an episode? If not, we need to talk to her about that.
Yeah, we'll I'll have a stern conversation.
Okay,
with her
good.
about
Sounds good. Give her the old stern talking to.
I'll give her something stern.
Oh boy.
1 second here. Maester Lewin actor played by Donald Sumter.
Donald Sumter. Good
Put
on you,
some
Donald
fucking
Sumter.
Respect on that. Donald Sumter.
You are so underrated. Every time I see a scene with you, I'm just like, man, you kill it.
Anyway, I was watching this episode with Amanda, and again, being a notorious Theon fan that she is, the whole Theon like thing finished up when he, like kills Sir Roderick.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this like kind of like crazed and conflicted look. He's like splattered with blood. Yeah. And Amanda's like, "Are you gonna tell me that's not good acting?" And I'm like, "Look, Alfie Allen's good at acting. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think that's the argument,
right.
Okay? That's not what we're talking about here.
I got nothing against Alfie Allen's portrayal of the character. It's just
his character sucks.
His character sucks. He's kind of meant to suck.
Yeah. Jack Gleason's a great actor, and guess what?
No, exactly.
Joffrey sucks.
We fucking hate Joffrey. Like I said, I feel like the show has given it the old college to try to make him a more like sympathetic character.
Mm-hmm.
Even the books do, but I still cannot stand him, and it's just
right.
It's tough to care about his story too much, and he's just like, he's such a fucking idiot. Like we say, we cannot get out of his own way. He literally only thinks with his dick and lets Osha bamboozle him, give him the old razzle dazzle. But good on her. You know, it seems like, you know, they want you to believe that she is like betraying Bran. Like Bran has that line about like, oh, how could you, did, you know, all this stuff. But nah, she's still with him. She kills that dude, the other idiot that only thinks with his dick. Random guard number 8, I think is what his name is. And they escape. So big ups to them. Big ups to Osha for sure. And now Rickon, Hodor, and Bran and the Direwolves are on the run. So
it's because she's an Auror.
Oh, right. I was like, the fuck are you talking about? Nobody cares about Harry Potter, Zach.
I would beg. I would actually say that the majority of people listening and watching
this right
podcast
now probably
do actually care about Harry Potter.
Yeah. I'm just gonna continue to alienate that audience. Why don't we stay up north before going east and hit the Jon stuff? Because there's not a lot here, but
it's. I want to say this might be a little bit backwards from what maybe some of my sentiment I had on the last episode when we met Corrin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Corrin Halfhand.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Were you really?
I kind of just don't.
He's just like.
I'm just not super into him. Like I don't dislike him. Yeah, he's just kind of fine. Whatever.
He's just vanilla as fuck. Like if it's like the classic like oh you're in a new area. This is the person that's seasoned, and he's supposed to be kind of a dick to tell you that like you don't really know shit.
Sure.
Like he's that image, except he's soft. Like Alistair is that image, but like fucking hard, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
but
of
Halfhand is like just flaccid.
Of those types of characters, Sir Alistair definitely hits it way better. This guy is just like, he's just kind of like bitching at Jon for like no apparent reason. Yeah. And then at the end of it, he's like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just words, boy. And it's just like, well, why were you bitching at him for the last 20 minutes then?
Yeah, I don't love him. I don't love him. He's supposed to be a badass. I like the idea of Corrin Halfhand.
Yeah.
He's got me flaccid.
I don't think the execution was super great. He was kind of portrayed as much more kind of a stoic, quiet badass in the books, and I think that might have served better, but yeah, he bitches at Jon. They kill these wildling scouts. He honestly makes like one of the poorer errors in judgment in this episode, where he's just like, oh, come on, brothers, we'll get out of here. Jon will definitely be able to kill this wildling girl. He obviously already has the hots for.
Terrible.
This will totally turn out fine.
Terrible.
Just terrible judgment all the way around.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being really honest.
Just real
like,
dumb.
Fucking absolute dipshit idiot.
There's a super cute redhead that he's already hesitating to kill. If we leave him alone, he'll definitely be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's one thing to be like, hey, look, we're gonna let Jon have this kill.
Right.
Don't fucking leave.
Yeah.
Don't leave. Don't leave your man behind.
So,
just absolute fucking idiot.
Real dumb decision.
Hey, I think I hate Corrin. I think I just hate him now.
John, Zach just went through like bargaining, the 7 stages of bargaining or whatever.
Just
like
needed
in the course
to talk
of this,
it out, and I'm like, yeah, no, okay,
just
I
need
hate
to
this
talk it
motherfucker.
out. I do love like just like their interactions, or I do appreciate the back and forth between Ygritte and Jon quite a bit. Like when they're going to bed for the night, and she just keeps like grinding up on him, and he's like, trying to get on her. Stop that.
Stop it.
And she's just like, oh, was I? Oh, I didn't notice that time. And I know you're a notorious Rose Leslie hater, but I'm a big fan. I like Ygritte too.
I do think, like, obviously, the attraction aside, Rose Leslie is fantastic.
Yeah, she's great.
She does honestly a fucking great job.
She really does.
Ygritte. I
think she nails that character 100%.
She does nail 100%. One of those characters.
Oh boy!
In real life and in the show.
Yeah, are they still together? Are those two kids?
Yeah. They've got. I think they've got a baby.
Oh, good.
Maybe two.
You know
One
what?
baby, I think.
Good for them. Those crazy kids. Them.
Yeah.
Anything else up north of the wall you wanted to hit on there?
No, I mean I think that's. Really, I really do think that about sums it up. Not a whole lot there, other than obviously Ygritte is an important character. It's always cool to get a new, big character introduction.
There's been quite a few big new character introductions this season. Obviously, the first season you're introducing all the characters,
right?
But I feel like this season we've gotten quite a few additions, and they're all mostly good. Maybe not like the most likable characters ever. Like I'm thinking like Stannis, but he's portrayed very well at the very least.
Sure. Yeah. So. Yeah. To me, I think I just don't like Brienne. That's the only
fair
new player in the game that I'm like.
And we also just talked out that you hate Corrin, so
yeah, I hate Corrin.
So maybe season 2 confirmed sucks. Shitty characters that Zach hates.
No.
Speaking of sucking things that we hate.
Oh man, dude, are we okay to do this? Are we gonna lose everybody here?
I don't want to say too much about this, but just like, why you gotta pitch a fit every 2 seconds, Daenerys? Like, the dude's a weirdo. The Spice King's a weirdo. He kind of cracks me up a little bit. I'll give you that. He's like, oh, I had horrible dreams, blah, blah, blah. And he's such a weirdo. But the reasonings he gives for, like, why he's not going to help her are totally logical and sound.
Totally logical.
And she is just, like, super pissy about it and gives him the whole, I will burn you with fire and blood and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, you're really convincing people here that, you're a worthwhile investment.
I think
100%.
the best part of what happens in the East is when Dany says, I will retake my throne, and he cuts her off and he's like, retake? Did you once sit on the Iron Throne before? And she's like, well, no. And he's like, how could you retake something?
I do like how he kind of...
I mean, he's kind of being like, yo, fucking slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then she's all like, oh, the people there will rally at my side. And he's like, when were you last there? And she's like, oh, I left when I was a baby. And he's like, so you have no allies.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, he's kind of spitting hot truths at you, Daenerys. You just don't want to listen to them.
Yep.
I do absolutely love his line when Duck Sauce tells him, like, oh, and I heard that your grandfather married a woman that was far higher born and more beautiful than himself. And he's just like, every woman alive was higher born and more beautiful than my grandfather was. And I'm just like, all right, that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo, but he's fun. Yeah, obviously the big thing here is her dragons get taken. That's the closer to the episode. After Duck Sauce tells us his life story for the 37th time.
Yeah, dude, I thought I was getting tired of Littlefinger's backstory, but dude, Duck Sauce, man, like,
he's always...
bro, it's just nonstop.
I heard he came from nothing, and I've heard he's got this vault that is all the rage, and I can't wait.
Sometimes come from nothing too.
Oh boy, I believe that.
It just happens. I'm just like, oh. It just happens.
Oh, Zach's just walking down an aisle at the supermarket. Ah!
Dude, I wonder if that's an actual condition. And
maybe that is. Maybe we shouldn't be making fun of that. But
it's
I probably
funny.
will
Who
anyway.
cares?
Yeah, who cares?
It's
I'm
funny.
gonna laugh. By the way, big R.I.P. to she's not the queen, she's a Khaleesi. Handmaiden.
Oh yeah. Also, can we just talk about how stiff as fuck and just like you walk in and everybody's like actually like in really fucked up dead positions, and she's just like, it looks like they said action and she was like, oh shit, and she like ran on set and just like laid down.
It's looked like they rolled her out of a carpet or something. Yeah, we were just making fun of her last week, and I totally
forgot she died. To be honest,
I totally forgot that she dies in the very next episode, and I was like, "Oh shit, I did not realize that happened."
R.I.P.
That's hilarious.
Fucking boring ass.
She's not the queen. She's a Khaleesi.
She's not a queen. She's a Khaleesi.
Yeah, we barely knew ye. R.I.P. Do you want to go to King's Landing, Harrenhal, or Robb next?
Let's go to Robb.
Okay.
Let's talk about some Robbie boy stuff here.
I love the start of the scene so much. Like Robb
just like being like,
what's up,
my guys?
Yeah, sup dudes, sup bros.
Yeah.
Look at how cool and tight I am
this
with
is
all
what
my
happened
guys.
before. This is what happened before. He had all of his homies and he's like, listen, I'm gonna roll up and I want you guys to like lay that shit on.
She's sitting right over there. Like, just make sure you're in view of where she's sitting, okay?
Yeah.
Like, just be cool. Be cool.
This is the equivalent of being like meeting up with the girl and then telling your boys to be like, yo, tell her I saved your life.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah.
or tell her that you met me because like I saved your cat's life, or like something fucking ridiculous, dude.
It's so good.
It is great.
I can't,
except he's an actual king and he is kind of a bad.
he is kind of cool though. Like, honestly, kind of unnecessary. But listen, he's putting in the work. You know, he's showing that he cares. So he's good got for the graft. Robb. I love Talisa. She's so cute. And they have some flirty.
Dude, her freckles, man.
They get
just
me.
Absolutely fucking destroy my asshole. Dude, those freckles just penetrate deep, bro.
Oh boy, yeah, definitely. They're flirty pants town over there, and then just the super cock block of the century. Like, his mom walks up, and I love that Cat calls him out on it, and he's all like, oh, I missed you, Mom. And she's like, yeah you looked positively forlorn.
It's funny too, because like she like watches Talisa walk away, and it's like you can see that thing, that fucking thing she keeps on her. And you're like,
and Catelyn just like gives him the old side eye, like, Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from Robb.
So I feel like I may have asked for clarification on this when we met her, but she is a highborn from Volantis, which is one of the free cities, right? In the east?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Which, again, is all 100% show created. Do they talk about... No, I don't think that's in this episode. There's no way I would have watched the next episode.
I know what you're
already,
talking about. It's not from this episode.
Okay, good. I definitely haven't watched ahead, for sure, guys. But then, of course, they get, Robb was in such a good mood, nice flirty convo with his girl. And then, bad news, Roose brings the terrible news that Theon has captured Winterfell. And this will be very important going forward. I believe this is is this the first mention of Roose's bastard son?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, so sound advice, by the way, by Roose.
Yeah. To like,
don't
stay
go
here
up
and
north.
finish your war.
Look, we've gained ground. You have a lot of work to do. You are literally needed here to move this thing forward.
Yeah.
Part of being a king is that you don't have to do everything yourself.
I like that line.
Fantastic advice. Great line.
Delegate. Roose is big on the delegation.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it's good stuff. My favorite line he busted out though is when Robb was like, "Oh, why would Theon do this?" And Roose just very matter-of-factly is just, because the Greyjoys are treacherous whores. It's just like, hell yeah, Roose. Hell yeah, they are treacherous whores.
Dude didn't skip a beat,
Dude,
bro. He had that shit locked and loaded,
deadpan,
dude.
man. Just because they're treacherous whores. What do you want? What do you
Dude,
expect?
you didn't fucking know that? You didn't read that in the goddamn textbooks, bro?
Didn't your mommy tell you that? Oh wait, yeah, she did.
Fucking hell, man.
One more line here that was great when Robb is talking to Catelyn about Talisa. Or no, when she first walks up and he's like introducing her when it's at its most like kind of awkward moment, Robb goes, "She's been helping with the wounded. She's been very helpful." It's so good. It's like, listen, dude, just say she's hot and I
like,
fucking
dude,
love her.
Just be like, Mom, those freckles are penetrating me.
I want to get on that thing, if you know what I mean. But no, she's been very helpful. It's so good.
Very helpful.
So good.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in the Riverlands. Not too much else there. Why don't we tackle some King's Landing stuff?
Okay. Yeah. This is a good scene. This is a great scene.
Yeah, lot going on here, a lot to talk about. So first off, let's kind of address some politics here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Myrcella,
Yes.
the daughter of the queen, so Princess Myrcella,
Mm-hmm.
who unfortunately is not really like shown a lot, and I mean it's obviously talked about way more in the books, kind of like what type of what a move this is.
Right.
But it can be easily looked over. This is a big fucking deal. Like, one, because it actually is good for Myrcella's safety, but I mean, this kind of, in essence, creates an alliance with Dorne, whether or not. Actually, it's trying to force an alliance with Dorne, and although they haven't really come into the fold too much, it's not the most well received alliance.
Well, we've not heard much about it yet in the show, but we will. The Dornish and the Lannisters have very bad blood between them, like just bad history.
Yes.
So really bad shit went down. Won't go into too much of it right now, but
was it really bad though?
It was really bad, I hear. So obviously Tyrion is doing whatever he can to try and not only keep peace with the Dornish, but to get them on their side. At this moment right now, the Lannisters are in a really rough spot because Robb is constantly winning victories against Tywin's army. Jaime is captured, and the rest of them, King's Landing, are just getting, Stannis is bearing down on them, and they basically have next to no hope of defeating incoming Stannis. So they are in,
and then you also sprinkle in the fact that the entire population of King's Landing hates them.
The entire population of King's Landing hates them. Yes. So they're in a rough spot. So Tyrion is doing what he can to try and forge new alliances and basically make sure yet another house doesn't declare, war against them if they see, that there's a weakness there, which there definitely is.
Right.
I've always kind of been curious because, we had the whole episode where Tyrion lays out his plan for the three different options of him giving Myrcella to, like, Theon Greyjoy or the Dornish or Robin Arryn, I think was the third one. Basically to try and figure out who was leaking information to the queen, and we know it was Pycelle, and that whole thing happened. But I've always been curious, like, if it had been one of the others, like, that had leaked it, would he have just gone on with that plan, or would he have been like, oh, no, actually, that was just a ruse. I'm actually planning to marry her to the Dornish prince. I've always kind of just been curious about that.
I'm pretty sure that he would have. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Tyrion's an idiot, especially not in this season.
Right,
I think that
definitely.
Of the proposed alliances, this is the smartest one.
It's the smartest one, and I think he probably had a feeling it was Pycelle.
Yeah.
So that's why he leaked that specific one to Pycelle. So
yeah,
probably right. But yeah, Cersei is not pleased with him for selling her daughter like a whore, as she puts it. When like Tyrion genuinely loves Myrcella.
Yeah,
he is not only
it's this part of Cersei that I hate and frustrates me so much.
Sure,
because it's like she cannot, and I understand like this is part of her character.
This is
like
her
a
whole
very fierce
character,
mother.
yeah.
You know, but like she just can't see reason. She
Right.
can't see that this is actually for the best.
Yeah.
And it is very frustrating.
It is best for the Lannister family as a whole, and it is best for Myrcella because King's Landing is, as we see, kind of a powder keg waiting to go off. Oh, and also there's a giant army coming for them as well.
Yes.
So yeah, the big riot kicks off. Joffrey's a fucking moron, as usual. And this is where I think finally our dude the Hound, who we have talked up a decent amount, but he hasn't done a ton to this point, really comes to the fore and gets shit done. I love so much when he is first carried, like he's got Joffrey in one arm, you know, and he's like protecting him. He's just literally like yelling at people and they run away. He just like, ah, and then just like scare them away.
Dude, it's so funny.
It's so funny. It's so good.
There's there's one particular scene, like one quick take during the mob scene that I just got to bring some attention to.
Okay.
I know I've seen this episode probably 7 times.
Oh, I think I know what you're about to bring up.
I did not realize that this fucking mob just straight up rips a man's arm. They crowd one of their own.
Hell yeah.
And just rip the arm off and straight up like Predator style, like just hold the arm above.
Not one of their own. That's the
thought it was.
That's the High Septon.
Oh fuck! Are you serious?
Yeah, that's the High Septon. He died. Well, you can assume he dies. We for sure get a good glimpse.
It's but a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. He might be fine for all we know.
Your arm is off. No, it isn't.
It's just a flesh wound. No, yeah, that's the High Septon, who we don't ever really get any information on, or he's not really a character. He's just kind of there. And we see him like saying the words, you know, like bless Princess Myrcella on her voyage, blah blah blah. But then, they straight up rip that dude's arm off, and like you said, all in a Predator style.
We'll call it a draw.
Yeah, definitely a draw. He'll be fine. I'm sure he didn't need that arm anyway.
Yeah, not a big deal.
He can make do without it. Yeah, that is you're right. I always forget that happens. That it's like they're zombies. They're just ripping a dude apart. I wonder if they ate him. They are very hungry.
They are very hungry.
They're very, very hungry. That's a disturbing thought. But yeah, the Hound is rad. Save Sansa. Tyrion is rad. Just slaps the shit out of Joffrey.
Yeah, I love how I mean, so here's the thing, like we talk about this a lot. Or we have been talking about it a lot, but like Tyrion is legitimately like trying.
Yes.
Right? I mean, in so many like ways, he genuinely wants what is best and is trying to get a handle on things. And even in just the way that he thinks the Hound.
Yes. It's great.
Like, you know, he never addresses him. He never calls him anything but dog or the Hound.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says, well done, Clegane.
Yeah. Historically, Tyrion not the nicest person to the Hound.
Yeah.
But here he's trying, like you said.
He's
well
like,
done, Clegane.
this needs to be said. This was important, and this was a big fucking deal that you did this. Well done, Clegane. And just the Hound, I didn't do it for you.
Yeah. Because Tyrion even tried to get another one of the useless ass Kingsguard to go look for Sansa, because he understands A, how important she is, and B, like that she's
fucking innocent.
She's a fucking innocent girl and should be protected. And Meryn Trant is fucking useless. And so when Clegane comes back with her, hey, well done, Clegane. And I'm like, good on you, Tyrion. Good on you for giving shout out where it's due.
And I feel the reason why I singled out that quick exchange is like, it's cool. We talk about how efficient this show is.
Mm-hmm.
And also we've talked about how the thing that makes this show so great, is the small character moments and the things that really show us, like who these people are and what they stand for and how effectively and efficiently they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And two extremely short and simple lines that are packed with like, no, that is unbelievably true to these characters and how they are growing right now. It is absurd.
Yep.
Just so good.
You're absolutely right. It's very, very good. I made a note of that as well. Because it is great. The Hound does things his own way. And he's rad. I love him in this scene. I love him in this episode. And Tyrion, like you said, I think, we touched on it a couple episodes ago where the crowd was like calling him a demon monkey, and all this. And Bronn was like, they're talking about you, bro. And Tyrion is like, I'm trying to save them. And it's like, I do feel for him so much because he is genuinely trying to save them. He is genuinely trying to do his best, despite constantly being sabotaged by good King Joff and his sister Cersei. And he's just in a thankless spot. So it's rough for him, but he's doing his best. And I do love him. I love him so much. Anything else there you wanted to touch on?
No, I was about to say, I think we're ready to talk about Harrenhal.
Oh yes, Harrenhal, the gift that keeps on giving this season.
Truly.
I think our first, was it last episode or the episode before where we got our first Tywin and Arya scene?
I think it was the episode before.
I think it was. I think they were absent for an episode if I remember correctly, but I think you said that scene between the two of them was your favorite, and I couldn't remember exactly which one I liked the most, but I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Really?
Yeah, where they're talking specifically. Well, I guess there's kind of two. It's more the second one where he's telling her about how he taught Jaime, how to read. It sounds like Jaime had like dyslexia, the way he describes it, and it's just like their interactions are just so
they're so humanizing, but also like it humanizes them, but also like elevates their characters in a way that like okay, actually maybe it's happening vice versa to the both of them. So like I feel like for Tywin, who is this kind of like immortal fucking god, it humanizes him.
Mm-hmm.
And for Arya, it is just like putting more armor on her. Like she is just like constantly just showing up like these interactions. It's so good, dude.
It's so good. I love how he tells her, what book to grab, and she doesn't need to be told. And Tywin just used that as more ammunition to fucking dunk on Sir Amory, where he's just like, my cupbearer can read better than you. And then when he tells her to put the book away, he's just like, perhaps you should devise our next battle strategy while you're at it. And I love how he's growing to appreciate her more and more. And kind of, we're kind of seeing, like you said, we're so used to seeing that almost godlike figure from Tyrion, but Tywin, sorry, yeah. But he's like letting his armor down in front of this, little, cupbearer girl of his. And we get these human moments from him. And, then she talks about her father teaching her to read. And you can tell it's like a painful memory for her, obviously, because of the way she lost her father. And and Maisie Williams, my God, like, she's so good. And Charles Dance, equally so. We're going to keep saying it every scene they're together. So sorry if you're tired of hearing it, but I'm just constantly blown away every time I watch these of like, these are the best scenes of this season for sure. And they're all great. And I don't know what else to say. much more
no.
about them. Hey, spoiler alert, they're really good. They're really
yeah, no fucking kidding, dude.
man.
I also want to. This is kind of just obviously in Harrenhal, but Arya running and finding Jaqen, and she finds him, and she's just like, Amory Lorch or whatever his name is,
Lorch, yeah.
And he's like, oh, a girl has a name.
He's so nonchalant.
Oh, yeah, I will get to it. You know, like,
fuck it now, dude.
Now, dude. Now, bro.
I love the resigned look on his face when she's like, no, he's gonna tell Lord Tywin and everything will be ruined, and he just kind of goes I'm like, okay, fuck, fine, I'll do it now. It's very good. So yeah, obviously that one was kind of unavoidable. You know, we talked about how maybe her choices were not the best. This one, she's kind of, you know, her back's against the wall. She kind of doesn't have much choice but to name Sir Amory here. So she is not outed. I have to call attention to. I wrote down a particular line here in my notes.
Finger scene.
No, actually, when she starts to ask him a question, and then she stops. Tywin, I mean, going back to them too. And she's like, I'm sorry, my lord, I shouldn't ask questions. And just like, again, Charles Dance so good. He just like very slowly turns back to her and just goes, no, like, no, you shouldn't be asking questions. And then but you've already begun. And it's just like, it's so good, dude. His delivery of that line is amazing.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
I love
literally, our listeners are going to get just tired of this.
Yeah.
Scott
Go watch those scenes again.
Yeah.
And tell me they're not great.
Scott and I say this all the time, but less is more, man.
Yeah.
Especially in intimate scenes like this, less is more.
Yeah.
And these two,
they're putting on a damn clinic.
Are just masters, like fucking masterclass.
Yeah.
Show of that. It's fantastic.
It's real good.
Yeah, go rewatch those scenes.
Go rewatch those scenes.
Comment below about how fucking badass they are.
Watch carefully. Like, just compare them to like any other scene in this episode, and like even the King's Landing stuff, which we talked about, we liked a lot. But it's just like, honestly, there's really no comparison, because they're just so, like you said, less is more. There are subtle emotions at play. There's so much that isn't said. What isn't being said is almost more important than what they are talking about. It's incredible. Real quick, I have to backtrack real quick to King's Landing. I wanted to give Sansa a shout out, because when she has a great line when Joffrey is berating Tommen for crying, and Sansa just quite quietly goes, I saw you cry. And he goes, what did you say, my lady? And she just very quick on the draw. Good on you, Sansa. She's just like, I saw my brother cried when I left Winterfell. And I'm just like, hey, you know what?
And then Joff, being a little dip fuck, is just, like, well, is he a prince?
Right.
No. Well, then that doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Not really relevant then, is it?
Dude, what a bitch.
Good on you, though, for slipping that one in there, Sansa. For having the balls to call him out, because he definitely was a little crybaby. Bitch boy. Anything else before we move to our final segment here, Zachy boy?
I think we're ready for some Who Be Thronin', baby.
Who Be Thronin'. Okay.
Hey, how about that harmony?
Yeah, how about that harmony?
First time, unrehearsed.
Yeah, we didn't rehearse that at all. Where we last left off, it must have been last episode. We were wrong. They didn't skip an episode, because where we last left off, Arya was number 1.
Right.
And Tywin was number 3, so what the fuck
we
do
can
we
be
know?
wrong sometimes. It's not often, but
it was a while ago we recorded that.
We've already told you guys that this is the podcast where we are honest, all honesty, all the time.
All honesty, all the time. Where we last left off, Arya had claimed the number 1 spot because of her magical hitman assassin, and also just because she's rad. Tyrion continued his hot streak. He was at number 2. Tywin was at 3, Stannis was at 4, and Davos was at 5. That's right. Stannis got his army last episode. Man, it seems like so long ago.
It really does seem like a long time ago.
I am going to say that Davos and Stannis come off. They were not in this episode.
Okay.
Unless you have objections.
No, not at all.
Okay. Boy. I think Tyrion definitely
are going to be tough.
Stays. I have one that I think
all 3 of them definitely stay.
I think all 3 of them stay. I definitely have a new candidate that I would really I'm gonna make a stink if necessary for him to make the list. This is gonna be
is it Roose?
No, it is not Roose. It is the Hound.
Well done,
love the Hound. Big fan.
Always.
And he does good work this episode.
He really does.
He saves Sansa's life. He saves Joff's useless life, so that's kind of a negative against him. But he does have, that great little small interaction with Tyrion. I strongly think he should make our list.
Okay. I'm kind of thinking maybe Robb.
Robb's castle just got taken. I see what you're saying, but also his home castle just got taken.
Yeah, but he's getting flirted with by Talisa.
By Talisa, that's true.
That's
a big win.
That's S tier right there, man.
That's a huge win. What about Jon getting rubbed up on by Ygritte? That's a little more than flirtation. I'm just saying.
My bias is showing, and I don't agree.
Theon would have made
Jon's
the list
also not winning a war, so
if he had stopped at taking Winterfell, but then everything else he did in this episode sucked. So I don't think he makes the list. Dude took
you just
Winterfell
pop him up just to delete him.
just to delete him. Dude took Winterfell and is botching everything else so badly that he can't make the list.
The Spice King should make it.
The Spice King should make the list. I had horrible nightmares. What a weirdo. Let's see. Who else? Joffrey should make the list.
The High Septon.
He took that shit in the face like an absolute champ.
He's into that shit too.
He's so into it.
I love how you're just popping people up just to delete them.
Yeah. Definitely. Daenerys lost her dragons.
Okay, I agree.
Not.
I agree with the Hound.
Okay, good. You better.
So we have one spot left.
For either Jon or Robb. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. There was someone else I feel like I was gonna... Oh, Roose. Roose is the other one. Do you think Roose... I don't have a picture yet for you, Bruce, so you tell me whether he makes it to whether I go.
I don't know, man, because I feel like we are choosing Roose because we know
for foreknowledge.
Yes.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. I
think that. Look, I think the only reason that Robb wasn't on the list last week is because Robb was not in the episode. We said that. His standing is still incredibly high.
But again, he lost Winterfell.
I mean,
and his brothers are captured.
Winterfell.
He did though. That's my reservation. I would agree with you.
Osha?
That's the other one. That's who else I was trying to think of. I knew there was one more. I would be more comfortable with Osha.
She was a fucking badass.
She was a badass. Then we find Osha. Why don't you tell us about things?
Oh yeah, we got some things called Twitters, Instagrams, Facebooks, and all those fun thingies.
Hell yeah.
If you're not already following us, guys, on the social medias, you can do that at We Don't Want a Pod We talk about it every episode. You know that we love to hang out and interact with you guys. So go hit us up there. Let us know what you're loving, what you're hating, what you want to see more of on the show via DM or a comment on a post. And also keep up with happenings on the show. If we've got something special that we're working on, fun jokes, things that we want to share, you will find all of that there. Oh, I like that rhyme.
Ooh, you did nail that.
Yeah, I did kind of nail that, huh?
Straight
off the top.
Straight
off the top.
I'm kind of sick as hell, bro.
We do also have a Discord. You can join us in the Discord and come shoot the shit. That is honestly probably the cleanest way without having to deal with like DMs and whatever, like to just interact and talk with us and talk with the rest of the community. So go hit that up. The link will be in the description, of course. And lastly, listen, if you guys are enjoying the show, give us a rating on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever you want to leave it. Say something nice in a comment.
All of the above, maybe.
I feel like you guys, most people are kind of numb to this because everybody says this kind of shit, but I don't think you realize how much that helps. Truly, if you feel compelled, please do. We would greatly appreciate it.
For sure. Big ups. So I think, are we in agreement that our last two spots, these three stay, right? Meaning Arya, Tyrion, and Tywin.
Does our order change?
Our order might change, but I think our 5, are we getting rid of You Never Liked Jon, and I have reservations about Robb. So our 5 then, Arya, Tyrion, Tywin, the Hound, and Osha?
I'm okay with this, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Order could be tough.
I still feel like Arya is in first.
I think I agree with you.
I'm up in the air on Tywin and Tyrion.
I think I would probably... I am inclined to move Tywin ahead of Tyrion because while I like most everything Tyrion did this episode, he didn't really have any big wins. And
well, he sent Myrcella off. I mean,
I guess that's kind of a win more in theory for the future though. Like right now it's, his sister is furious with him and the town hates him. Also, I love Charles Dance so much and I want to see him as high as possible.
Look, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
I think that's fine. I do think that Tyrion is there, and I think the way that you have it set up now is probably...
I think that's probably the way
how it goes.
That would put us with the Hound at 4 and Osha at 5. I think that feels right. Yeah, not much argument this week between us. Yeah,
it was a little hard to scrape up the characters just because I feel like...
Yeah,
it wasn't a whole lot of like big movement,
right?
but still deserved though. I think I would say deserved
all the way around. Okay, that's gonna do it for us then. Final ranking here that came together kind of quick. Arya retains her top spot at number 1. She is just crushing it at Harrenhal. Tywin moves up to number 2 because of his strong scenes. Tyrion slides down to 3. He's still great. We still love him. The Hound with his first placement on the list.
Appearance.
Good on you. 2 first appearances on this list. The Hound, I love you to death. You are a badass. You can scream at me and scare me anytime you want because you're great. And
he
Osha,
is so badass.
He's so great. And Osha making moves. She does what she has to. I certainly wouldn't have sex with Theon to get away. I'd be like, no, fuck you, dude.
Dude, yeah, definitely not doing that.
Definitely not. She killed the straight up hell out of that guard and she helped all of them escape. Good for you, Osha. We might be underrating you, but I can't move you ahead of any of these others if I'm
I don't think we can at all.
But that's good stuff. That is Who Be Thrown In for this week. We
need to pour one out for our man Podrick. No, not Roderick, excuse me.
Oh, Roderick, yeah. For the High Septon, too.
Yeah, and the High Septon.
I did not fully tabulate the updated rankings, but Tyrion has indeed vaulted himself into first place to no one's surprise in overall points. So that dude's on a heater. He's going strong.
He's on a tear, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
it's
stuff.
well deserved.
Well deserved.
He's absolutely kicking ass right now.
He
so.
is. Love him.
I think that's gonna do it for us, Scotty. You got anything?
That's it for me, pal.
Why don't you take us out?
All right, thank you folks for joining us. We love and appreciate you. Hope you had as much fun as we did. Join us on all the stuff that Zach already mentioned to you. I'm not gonna rehash that, and we will see you again next time. Where's the camera? It's right. It's there. Hey.
Bye.
Bye.